selling your product digitally or in your hand. I mean, people still like to have something they can hold on to and look at. I mean, but yeah, your merch is going to keep you alive. Your t-shirts, your koozies, your cigarette lighters and stickers or patches. That is where you're going to make your money. Your product, if you own it and you're lucky enough to, burn your own CDs, make your own CDs, having them at the merch table, and just getting by on the road. Touring is getting harder and harder with the prices, with the clubs, with the rules, and all that stuff. It's not getting easier and easier. It's a dying breed out there, and it's a lot of sacrifice, man, just to make it happen with the economy the way it is right now. But my biggest thing is definitely make your own demos, even if it's on a boom box. If there's something there that people can hear, give them the option to take it home with them. On the internet nowadays is cutting out the middleman, so the musicians are able to have a little bit more control over their sound. Unless you sign, with a major label or whatever, then that gets lost. But there is a lot of new foundation nowadays to keep the musicians back in control of their music. As much as it sounds weird, if you just give it away, which we've done for years, letting people record the shows and look at the way the Grateful Dead did it. They let people record their shows, pass out the tapes, and look at the fan base you get from it. And if you just play music to play music, good things will happen. If you're trying to play music to have a number one song, you're going to set yourself up to be let down, or full on be dancing in the hoops of some producer telling you to do this and to do that and all that stuff. But giving it away is almost the best thing you can do, because the more you give it away, the more it will come back to you in a positive way, and you'll have your hardcore fans that'll help you get to the next town. I've seen it happen with a million bands that way, man. Well, it's a lot of your routine and pacing yourself. I mean, I don't get to go out and party every night and hang out with everybody that wants to drink alcohol and smoke pot and, do coke all the time. You gotta pace yourself, and it's a constant regimen of vitamins and steam and vocal exercises, and I save my partying for the stage nowadays, is what I have to kind of do, man. And every tour I get sick and have to fight through it, and it's just part of it. The biggest thing right now is the scariest thing I'm having to deal with is the voice. It's getting harder and harder to keep the voice, but my vocal cords are fine, and all that, and I've had the doctors check me out, but the twang is something that is definitely, it's getting tough. I'm having to fight for it a lot more. I don't want to change the show routine until I'm at least 50. I mean, that's my goal. I don't want to keep doing what we do until then. Even as Jello Biafra would say, just do your country and hellbilly, and that's all you need, but all of it it makes us different, man. But stretching, exercising, and who would have thought being an athlete is part of being a musician? But it's true. I mean, it's Gene Simmons will tell you the same thing, or being on tour with Ozzy, half the time he's running around stretching up, hearing him warm up with a piano for 4 hours before each show. There's a lot of pace and discipline that comes with it. And on the flip side, when we're at home on Wednesday nights, all that pressure is off of me. I only have to sing once a week, so I can actually drink at a show and smoke up with the fans and have some fun, because I don't have the day after day after day after day routine on trying to deliver that kind of energy, man. But that's what makes us different. That's what keeps us real. And we'll just, gonna keep giving it until there's nothing to give, man. So could have took the easy road, but took the hard one. That's just the way it is. Well, I always hope for the best, but that's daydreaming, man. And I never have been that politically involved. But, if it's politics or if it's conspiracy or any of that stuff, right now, all I can think of really is, okay, if we make it past 2012, we'll see what happens. You got all that stuff going on. But as far as people dying for our freedom, well, the more people that die, it seems like more and more freedoms get taken away from us. And that's to me, that's a sad thing. And we'll just have to see, if the right to bear arms, if that goes out the window, who knows what's going to happen then. But I know the economy's hurting and people are busting their ass trying to get by and to give as much as they can. But the American way, making something from nothing, just isn't cutting it anymore. And there needs to be a lot more given than taken. And here soon, I'll probably be getting a little more wiser. I can feel it in my older age, feel the politics coming into play. But it's real hard to say for right now. Like I said, I hope for the best, and we try to put out the good energy for everybody. But when you hear a bunch of the conspiracy stuff, it makes you wonder, makes you think, man. And with all the sickness and the plagues and all that stuff that's going around, it's a tough deal. But it is what it is. We are involved a little bit trying to give back. Our last show, is a charity show, and if it's right or wrong, we try to support the troops, and I don't know what side of the fence I would fall on, since I have a pretty different way of thinking, but it goes back to, keeping it green, keeping the farms going, and trying to keep the concrete where the concrete needs to be and the farmland where the farmland needs to be. And that's, it's hard to say. Are the good times gone? Well, no. I still see people out there having good times all the time, man. I see a lot of smiles and a lot of energy, and you just have to be a little more private with it nowadays. You can't have as much of a good time in public as far as drinking and smoking and raising a little bit of hell. It ain't like the 50s no more. But the good times are out there. There's still a bunch of people getting together and having fun and not letting all the dark shit bring them down and getting past that. And like I said, the power of music. We get to see a lot of people let go and forget about all their problems for a couple of hours. And it's tough, but there's too many good things going on. There's too much entertainment out there, and too many good vibes out there for all the good times to be gone, man. It hasn't officially taken control of everybody, I don't think. I still think, people can fend for themselves a little bit and still have a little bit of freedom left. So